If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you, here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out.
The FBI is investigating a Cordova home. This is a live look at that home right now. It is registered to the father of Memphis rapper Pooh Shiesty.
Federal agents on the ground in Cordova searching a home owned by the family of rapper Pooh Shiesty. The feds confirmed to Fox 13 they executed a federal search and arrest warrant. Neighbors reporting hearing flashbangs as agents entered the home early this morning.
I'm Ryan Rabel. I'm the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Texas. Thank you for coming. This week, 9 individuals, including well-known musical artists, kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint numerous victims at a music studio in Dallas, Texas. 8 of the 9 were arrested yesterday in Dallas, Memphis, and Nashville. These individuals who are charged and arrested include Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty, Lontrell Williams Sr., Rodney Wright Jr., also known as Big 30, Kadarius Waters, Demarion Gibson, DeMarcus Glover, Corday Johnson, Darian McDaniel, and Terrence Rogers has not been arrested yet, but will be soon. The complaint alleges that on January 10th of this year, 3 music industry professionals traveled to Dallas for a scheduled business meeting. Lontrell Williams Jr. arranged this meeting purportedly to discuss the terms of his recording contract with one of the victims. As alleged, once these 3 men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover. As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint. The remaining conspirators displayed firearms and robbed the other victims of Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items. One of the victims was actually choked by one of the defendants to the point of near unconsciousness. Defendant Wright barricaded the studio door with his body to prevent the victims from escaping. The ringleader of the conspiracy, Lontrell Williams Jr., was on home confinement at the time of the offense, as alleged, for a prior firearms conspiracy charge and conviction out of the Southern District of Florida.
You talk about a cold-blooded demonstration. What about a dumbass demonstration? Look, I'm not gonna lie, I gotta be 100 with y'all. This whole thing right here, I was on the fence, because I had no material, I had no video, I had no type of proof other than, Seti Nash and King AK-47, demonstrating this measure, but I had no proof. I was on the fence about this whole thing. I did not want to believe that Pooh Shiesty, fresh out the feds, would commit an armed robbery against his CEO. I did not want to believe that this brother was that dumb. But I was wrong. I'm talking about completely wrong. I guess this brother is that dumb. Now, before I proceed, allow me to give a shout out or, put some respect on Seti Nash's name and his blogging capabilities and, his tentacles that he got out there with people providing him with all the information that they provide him with. Shout out to Seti Nash, respect on his name because he broke this whole story. Shout out to King AK-47 because after Seti broke the whole story, King AK-47 put the stamp on it, right? So shout out to them brothers for demonstrating. Now, look. This right here got to be the most stupidest, dumbest, backwards thinking criminal in criminal history. Anybody that been to the feds, you know that the feds don't never stop messing with you. They never take an eye off you once you've been in their custody. That's just how it goes in the feds, right? But Pooh Shiesty, I guess he didn't know that. But look, let's get into the evidence, right? And then I'll demonstrate. But let's get into the evidence first. Now, the most important thing of all that I want to show y'all is the power of attention. Attention is this new drug that a lot of us classic people, we don't know anything about it. But right now, today, attention is getting people charged and convicted with murders. It's getting people charged and convicted with home invasion, armed robbery, kidnappings, all type of stuff, because the perpetrators want the attention. They want people to look at them and say, hey, those are the guys that committed that unsolved crime, right? And then once they get arrested, they want to cry and say, hey man, you know, you bloggers talk too much. Y'all be snitching and stuff like that. But y'all provide us the information. Check it out. I want y'all to look at this brother right here, right? He has a Rolex watch. The feds are saying that was taken from the robbery incident with Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane. So they are saying that this Rolex, one of the victims said, hey, that's my watch, that one of the robbers posted on a social media site, and that's how the feds got the picture. This other brother is another brother that they said was a part of the robbery that started from Memphis and ended up in Dallas. Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane. They saying that that watch that this brother has and that 1017 chain, it looks like, that he has is one of the victims of the robbery. And they got these pictures from social media sites. I don't see how y'all ain't learning. I don't see how you gangsters out there, no matter what you doing with this new technology, and then with the stupidity of everybody wanting attention for the crimes that they committed, these are the results. This other picture, I ain't gonna say too much about it. I'm just gonna say he was a part of the robbery. He wasn't the perpetrator. He was the victim. You see what I'm saying? So go on with all that. Y'all put the information out here. Y'all want to go to jail. Y'all want to be caught. And that's cool with me. Hey, listen. Go on ahead. Make their job easy for them. You see? That way we ain't got to deal with y'all. Now, the cold-blooded part, or you know what? This going to be called a dumb demonstration. This ain't even a cold-blooded demonstration. This right here is a dumb demonstration. Now, the dumbest demonstration that I done seen so far since I've been doing my homework on this demo is Pooh Shiesty. Y'all listen, let me tell y'all something. Pooh Shiesty was on home monitoring. And what that means is that Pooh Shiesty has a device wrapped around his ankle that tells the federal government his location. I'm talking about right now time. Ain't no delayed and all that. This thing right here say if you go over here, Pooh Shiesty is there. Pooh Shiesty, it tells on him. It tells his exact location in real time. So tell me why, during this whole robbery thing, right? Pooh Shiesty GPS device that's wrapped around his ankle is telling the federal government that, hey, he's at the scene of the robbery. He's at the scene of the kidnapping. I just don't look. This is the dumbest demonstration ever. You got a GPS monitor on your foot and you still go commit a crime? I don't look. You might as well brought a camera with you, and I'm talking about in video camera the whole thing, and say, "Hey, look, I'm sending this out when my new album come out. I'm showing y'all how to stick up your CEO." The dumbest ever. I mean, look, check it out, y'all. Like, criminals even know. I mean, at least they should know. You know what? I'm not even gonna give them that much credit because this is a dumb demonstration. I'm not even gonna give them that much credit because anybody in their right mind, listen to what I said. Anybody in their right mind would know, like, hey man, wait a minute. I do want to go rob this. I want to go kidnap. I want to, pistol whip. I want to do all this, but I can't do this with this GPS on my thing, bruh. That's gonna tell them that I'm at the crime scene. Not Pooh Shiesty though. Pooh Shiesty, real slime. I'm talking real shiesty, So yeah, that right there is one of the demonstrations that I'm talking about. You don't commit a crime with a GPS monitor on your ankle. And then the phones, right? Because we love our phones. Yeah. But, everybody should know that your phone has a GPS monitoring device on it as well. So here go the other guys that are coming to rob Gucci Mane with Pooh Shiesty, driving in cars with their phones, telling everything. Hey, look, they leaving Memphis right now. They on their way to Texas right now. You see? And so when the phone is telling and saying, hey, these guys are right here, the phone is banging off this highway, that highway, the police, they start doing license plate monitoring. They start tracking them down by the license plates. You see? So ain't no way around it. They got the license plate readers monitoring them all the way from Memphis to Texas to the scene of the crime. It's over with. It's done for. Hey, listen, quit committing crimes. It's over with. You see? But some of these guys believe that it's not. And they are going to continue to get caught every time. And they think they do something slick when they say, hey, you know what, man, I ain't going to ride in my car, dog. We going to rent a car. Pooh Shiesty father did that. Yeah. He was the genius that said, you know what, y'all, check it out. Don't ride in y'all cars. No, don't do that. I'm gonna rent a car for y'all. In my name. I'm gonna rent the car in my name, and I'm gonna allow y'all to use this car to go commit a crime. Wait a minute, hood educated. You lying on them people. They don't move like that, hood. You lying. Look, this is what the federal government is saying. That Pooh Shiesty father rented a car in his name for them to use to go commit the crime and robbery, kidnapping, and assault on Gucci Mane. Now, in his mind, he possibly thought, hey, look, I'm just renting the car. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing nothing. I'm just renting the car for my kids' friends. That's all it is. No. It's not going to work like that. Because when the crime was committed and you was sitting there, you didn't report the crime. You see, y'all thought y'all got away with the crime. Y'all didn't think that the feds was going to do all that homework that they did. But they did. But it gets worse, though. That's not even the half of it. It gets worse. They have footage. Yes. Cameras here, cameras there, cameras everywhere. They got footage of the actual crime going down. I don't know what these brothers was thinking, but this is the dumbest demonstration ever. They got video footage of these boys all at office supply houses, stores. They even got fingerprints. Yeah. Old-fashioned fingerprints. Remember that, y'all, when they come with that little thing and dust it all the way down and all that? And they got fingerprints placing some of the guys that came from Memphis to rob Gucci Mane at the scene of the crime. They got their fingerprints. But not only that, though, y'all. The hotel that they slept at before they committed the robbery, They got that too. Yeah. Ain't no getting around it. The hotel that them boys was laying at, resting, getting ready to commit this robbery, Big 30 and all them. Yeah, they got them on video footage in Dallas, Texas, at a hotel. So, before the robbery, they got them at the hotel. And after the robbery, they got them at the hotel. Not only that, though, they got them leaving Dallas after the robbery. Yeah, that good old license plate reader. I'm talking about blink, blink, blink every time they hit one, tagging their ass. Oh, y'all leaving Dallas, Texas now. Y'all on your way back to Memphis after the robbery. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Yeah, they got that too. But the dumbest demonstration of all, is the social media post. How are you gonna rob somebody and then get on social media and show the jury that you took the watches, the chains? How do you do that? You go rob somebody and then you go straight to the internet where the feds are watching. The police are watching. There's too many cases before this case where police, feds, the prosecutors say, hey, yeah, we got our evidence from social media. They was posting on social media. But these guys get right on social media and they hey, look, check it out, man. We got the watches right here. This is what we do. You see? Dumbest demonstration. And last but not least, right? Some of the guys drove in cars and some of the guys took Greyhounds to get back to Memphis. Now, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but when you take a Greyhound, you got to show your ID. So these guys, this is the dumbest demonstration ever. These guys are jumping on Greyhounds, showing their IDs. They ain't got the wherewithal to even have fake IDs or nothing. They got their real IDs. Hey, yeah, man, we got away clean, scot-free. And look, didn't even have the wherewithal to even look around and say, hey, man, there's cameras all up in here. This mission ain't good. We got to avoid this mission. We came to go do this, but look, it's cameras everywhere. You see? And then we don't even know the people that Gucci Mane brought with him. You see what I'm saying? Nah, this mission is over with. We can't do this. But instead, they went through with it. And it went down exactly how Seti Nash and King AK-47 said it went down. They go meet to do the contract thing. Pooh Shiesty wanted out of his contract. Forced Gucci Mane to sign him out of the contract. I don't know how legal binding that is. I don't believe that that's legal binding at all. But at the same time, he forced him to sign him out of the contract. Choked some people. They said they choked one man so cold-blooded that he almost passed out. You see? And it's crazy. This right here, I'm talking about, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. This right here, it's like, damn, Pooh Shiesty. You just got out. You just did 3 years in the feds. And this is how you was living before yesterday. Check it out.
About a nigga, he's Get anything on the 10, just a weenie, bitch. After him, this Benjamin goes off in the Maybach Benz. I was all walking trip, Shiesty train 3 bricks to fit. Ain't wrong, still good. $16,000 outfit. In the pool, master Rick kids, I'm still missing. Go too far, ain't never going, ain't never win.
She feeling me. I was in jail paying all my members' bonds. Who keep it real is me. You blew the LCI, went to the pen. You might ran across me. Your paperwork clean, you know anything. You walking yards like me. Keep all them fuck niggas out your gang room. If you knock a police, you plugged in with the scripts and sheets. Penitentiary rich like me. In my Ferrari, trying to pack 3 bitches in the passenger seat. Broke my veneer, so I put diamonds on the front and back of my teeth. Okay, PWTP, we bigger than a program, nigga. We don't say the biggest no more. We just say shit get no bigger. Cars, money, drugs, and killers. When I shoot guns, I smile. Nigga been married to the streets, but I ain't have.
Yeah. Pooh Shiesty, Pooh Shiesty. Emerald, 1 of 25. 322. Don't play with it. Just spent a $500,000 with us. This ain't the only thing he bought. Check it out. House on wheels. Big house on wheels. Doing it big. Show them that 1 of 25 sitting right there. Yeah.
You see all that? Gone. That's over with. He threw that in the trash because of that street mentality. It's something that I always talk about on my channel. Look, when you leave the streets, you got to leave that street mentality behind you too. Pooh Shiesty did not have to pull a gun or have his homeboys and his father and all them pull guns on Gucci Mane to get up out of that contract. He's a multi-millionaire. You're doing business. You do things the tax-paying citizen civilian way. Go hire a lawyer and say, hey man, a contract lawyer, not no any lawyer, a contract lawyer, a music contract lawyer, and say, hey man, look, I want out of this. I don't like how this is going. We need to change some things or figure something out because I don't like it. That is the proper way of doing things. But his hood mentality, his street mentality, his best thinking after just getting out of the feds told him, hey look man, y'all suit up and boot up. We finna make him get me up out of this contract. We finna force him with a gun to sign me out of the contract because that's how we do it in the streets. I'm talking about this got to be the dumbest. And then the father. Come on, man. Like, look. You the father. You supposed to be like, son, wait a minute. Hold on. We ain't going to demonstrate that. No, I hear you. I know you mad and stuff like that. We ain't going to do that, son. Because you just got out the feds. You doing something criminal that's going to have you back in the penitentiary. You got a GPS around your ankle. You got these gangsters over here. They willing to kill. No, we ain't going to do it that way. We going to do it another way instead of this way right here. We going to get to what we want to do, but this is not the way. A father. Those are the things that you're supposed to tell your son when your son about to jump off a cliff. But instead, you participated. You helping him jump off the cliff. You was his first co-defendant as he rapped about in his song. Now it's all gone because they looking at life in a penitentiary. And what made everything fed is because they went across state lines to commit a crime. Understand, y'all, whenever you go across state lines to commit a crime, the feds can get involved. And that's exactly what happened. You can't cross state lines. You can't plan a crime, like, because they saying that the father, back to him, they saying that the father was the planner in the whole demonstration. The father was the one sitting down telling everybody, okay, look, this is what we gonna do, this how we gonna do it, this what we gonna do, this. His father was. How do they know that? I don't know. But the federal government is saying that Pooh Shiesty's father planned everything. Dumb demonstration. Now everything is gone. Everything. Because they looking at life in the penitentiary. Everything is gone. The career Pooh Shiesty once had is dead now. Because ain't no other rap label, even if he beat this, ain't nobody finna deal with him after, doing this right here. No, it's over with. All those millions, all that money, just thrown away. Thrown away. And the father played a big role in everything. Come on now. You see, some of us classic men still think that we young. Still think that we can do stuff how we used to do back in the 80s and the 90s. Times have changed. The stuff you used to do back in those days, you can't do that type of stuff now. You might as well go say, hey, look, put them on me right now, man. I'm ready to go. Come on, because I'm finna go take care of this, so y'all might as well arrest me right now. Before I depart, allow me to say this right here. To a lot of you brothers that's in the streets and gang banging and all that old type of stuff, and you decide to leave the streets and you start to get you some real money, you can't think like a criminal no more, because you done got into some money. Even though there's a lot of criminals with money, but if you want to keep that money and you don't want to go to the penitentiary, you don't want to die, you got to change your thinking. You can't be thinking like, no criminal. And not only that, you can't allow a criminal to make decisions for you. In this case right here, Pooh Shiesty is the breadwinner, not his father. Even though his father was getting bread back then, but we talking about millions of dollars. Pooh Shiesty is the breadwinner. His father, hey, we're going to do this, No, he supposed to have been like, Dad, I love you and all that, Daddy, but I'm finna go get these lawyers over here. You see? But you got the blind leading the blind. And it's hard to see that the blind is leading you, especially if it's your father. You see? But that comes from dysfunctional family upbringing, where everybody believes in their mind that in order for you to get your respect or get what you want, you have to use a gun or you have to use criminal tactics. In this situation right here, criminal tactics destroyed everything. And now Pooh Shiesty, Big 30, and 7 other guys are facing up to life in the penitentiary. All over what? A misunderstanding. Something that could have been worked out. So now here it is, you have these rappers, their careers is over with. Then you have Gucci Mane. Like, what is Gucci Mane gonna do? Even though they have everything on camera, Gucci Mane is a victim in this whole demo. A victim. It even says that he's a victim. So, being that he's a victim, is he gonna get on the stand? Is he gonna testify against his artist, Pooh Shiesty? Or is he gonna stick to the street code and say, hey man, you know what, I'm gonna leave it in the streets? I'm waiting to see what Gucci Mane gonna do. But not only that, the information that said he got from a street perspective, from a gang bang perspective, he was never supposed to get that type of information. But he did. And so that right there what tells us that the streets is over with. Everybody want attention. Everybody want to be seen. Everybody is willing to sell out the next man to get their clout or to get some money. You see? So when you start thinking about, the street life, the gang life, and all this old type of stuff, and how people know about these murders and these crimes and all that, it's because you always got people talking. You always got people that want the attention or the money, and they will talk to get that. So we gotta understand, if these people talked to Seti Nash and AK-47 and gave them that information, what makes us think that they wouldn't give the feds the same information? The streets is over. This is Hood Educated, not Lame Related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Now, if you're still here, I want you to hit this link over here or hit this thumbnail. Go to my next video. This video right here is concerning everything that's going on. So go check that video out, and I'll be dropping another one soon. Peace and love.